I-10, 288, 45, 59, 290. Just hearing those numbers might give you a little bit of anxiety. The daily commute from the suburbs to downtown approaching an hour on some of those freeways. Channel 2 Investigates has been tracking commute times for several years, and tonight we've got the latest numbers from Transtar. Investigator Bill Spencer is revealing who has the longest commute and the construction projects ahead that may bring you some relief.
Houston, Texas is one of the largest cities in North America. With a metro population just under 7 million, it's no secret that the city and the suburbs around it see a lot of traffic on the freeways every day. But why is Houston often considered one of the worst cities in America when it comes to freeway traffic? Well, there's more than one reason for Houston being such a terrible place to commute to downtown. Let's break them down. There is no doubt Houston is a city on the rise. At a city population of 2.3 million, it is looking to overtake Chicago as the third largest city in America. With urban growth, however, also comes suburban growth. Houston's metro area, or the combined population of all the suburbs surrounding Houston, has grown at an almost absurd rate over the last decade. In 2010, Houston's metro population was 5,920,487. After a mere 8-year period, in 2018, Houston's metro population was 6,997,384, a gain of over 1.07 million people. To put that in perspective, that would be like the entire population of San Jose, California, moving to the Houston area. This equates to over 133,000 new residents per year. With all those new residents comes relatively the same number of cars on the freeways. For well over a decade now, Houston has been constantly building new and upgrading old freeways in order to meet the capacity needs for all of the commuters. Interstate 10, the main east-west freeway in the Houston metro, has 8 lanes of traffic in both directions for a total of 16 lanes across the entire freeway. Yet these 8 lanes don't seem like enough, as backups still continue almost every day. It's a similar story for the other freeways in Houston, such as Texas State Highway 288, Interstate 45, US 290, and Interstate 69. Persistent widening of the freeways in hopes that it will impede traffic jams does not seem to work, especially since Houston's city and metro populations continue to grow, as well as the number of jobs being created in the downtown core. So, Houston's future seems like a ticking time bomb. It won't be before long that the metro area reaches over 7 million residents, with seemingly no end of the population growth in sight. Sure, Houston and the state of Texas have the means to continue annually expanding and building new freeways, but this only creates more problems. Houston's highways are already some of the most dangerous in the world, as multiple lanes of traffic and high speeds usually lead to increased numbers of crashes. More and more cars also means a less than ideal air quality, and Houston already has enough to deal with in that category, thanks to several oil and chemical refineries along the Buffalo Bayou and the San Jacinto River. The only conceivable end to this problem would be for Houston to invest heavily in a commuter rail system. Houston has the worst public transportation of any city that size. They have a bus system, as well as a limited light rail system, but these, for the most part, do not extend deep into the suburbs like Metra in Chicago or Metrolink in Los Angeles. In order for Houston to alleviate traffic on all of its freeways in the future, they would need to build an entirely new commuter rail system from scratch. The railways that already exist in Houston are either too congested for any added passenger traffic, or they run in not ideal locations for commuter lines to be created. While Houston does have plans for a $7.5 billion expansion of its current light rail system, which would add another 72 miles of track to the metro area, this would not be enough to substantially decrease traffic. This plan would take nearly 2 decades to complete, and does not account for future population growth, nor the amount of people the small light rail trains can carry. If Houston legitimately wants to decrease their insane levels of traffic and prepare for their future as one of the largest metro areas in North America, they need to join the ranks of Toronto, New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles and build a large, attainable, heavy rail commuter transit system.